Absolutely shocking news. Masai Ujiri is officially out as vice chairman and president of the Toronto Raptors. This was reported this morning, and this is just stunning. The timing of this is absolutely stunning. The Raptors just concluded their draft. Free agency is a couple days away. And this one, guys, I'm going to give you the details and my thoughts on what just went down. Masai Ujiri no longer with the Toronto Raptors. And this is the end of an era. Doesn't matter how you feel about Masai leading to this point. You cannot deny Masai Ujiri ushered in the most successful era in Raptors basketball. It's going to be incredibly tough to top what Masai just did. The Raptors were a mere afterthought. They were the laughing stock of the league before Ujiri took over. And once Ujiri took over, he instantly changed the culture and everything about this Raptors franchise for the better. His numbers speak for themselves. The Masai Ujiri era in Toronto, he won an NBA championship in 2019, the franchise's lone championship. 8 playoff appearances, 545 and 419 record. The Raptors' 56.5 win percentage is the 5th best in the NBA since 2014. Masai, he turned the Raptors into just a well-run, world-class organization, and his legacy is going to live forever. I mean, he's going to go down as an absolute legend. Of course, famously pulling off that huge deal for Kawhi, leading to the championship, all of the winning seasons. Masai Ujiri reached the absolute top with this Raptors franchise. And it's going to be hard to replace somebody who is regarded as one of the top front office minds in this game. Now, of course, the last 5 years were very bumpy. A 171 and 229 record, only 1 playoff appearance, poor asset management, a lot of poor decisions. Of course, you had the situations with Siakam and Anunoby that weren't handled the right way. It hasn't been smooth. And the writing was on the wall, especially with Ujiri only having 1 year left on his contract. But I just didn't think this was going to happen right now. Masai Ujiri is the only one out. Bobby Webster has been extended. He will stay on as GM, and the rest of the Raptors front office and leadership room remains the same. MLSE president and CEO Keith Pelly, he addressed the situation, and he said that he and Masai spoke a month ago, and Masai asked that if a change was going to be made for it to happen after the draft. MLSE felt this was the right time to make the move. And then, Pelly did say that the current GM, Bobby Webster, will be a candidate for the Raptors president job. And he doesn't think they'll have a problem attracting the interest of qualified external candidates. And then he went on to say, Masai and I have been chatting for the last 2 or 3 months about the future. So we had a number of conversations over that time. And then Pelly said that the decision to part ways with Masai was his own, supported by the MLSE board. So, based on the presser, it's confusing because it seemed like they were okay with Masai leading their draft. They were okay with the vision and the plan. But ultimately, it just seemed like they weren't cool with continuing to pay Masai the premium for leading the basketball team. I think this is absolutely a financial decision solely based on that. It just seems like they didn't want to pay Masai flat out. And if it was actually related to basketball and his performance, why would you let him lead your draft? It doesn't make sense from that perspective. Josh Lewenberg alluded to this as well. He said it. Don't get it twisted. This wasn't about the vision because the rest of the leadership is staying on. It's a cost-cutting decision first and foremost. Other teams were sniffing around, as they always do when Ujiri's contract is coming up, and he was surely looking for an expensive new deal. Ujiri was already one of the highest paid execs in sports, not specific to Masai, but pretty clear MLSE Rogers don't think anybody is worth that kind of money in that position. Safe bet the Raptors' next president will make a fraction of what he did. So MLSE didn't want to pay Masai, and as a result, they lose arguably the heart and soul of their franchise. You look at the press conference, there was no clarity to their decision to part ways with Masai. And the only thing you can chalk it down to, financial purposes. It's going to be tough to find somebody who cares about the culture, who's a tone setter, who's invested in this as much as Masai was. I get it. He underachieved the last few seasons, a lot of rocky campaigns, questionable decisions, but it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth knowing that it appears the only reason why they let him go is just simply to cut costs. And this can truly be a dark day for Toronto basketball fans if there isn't a proper plan in place. There's a lot of pessimism online, and rightfully so, because Masai completely changed things here. And as Matthew Cause said, Masai is out, Larry Tannenbaum is on his way out, the individuals with the most passion for basketball are gone, and Rogers Communications Inc. is in full force. What a bad day for Toronto basketball fans. And I just hope they didn't underestimate Masai's impact and what he meant to this franchise. So I think only time will tell. This could end up being a huge mistake and regret, or this could also be the start of a new and something that was needed just to freshen things up. And maybe change is going to spark anew for the better for this team. But MLSC better deliver now if their sole reason, which it looks like it was, to get rid of Masai was simply because they didn't want to pay the premium for him. They didn't want to pay him a lot of money. And now the new guy, whoever they put in that role, they're going to be expected to come in and win. I think this is MLSC saying that, we got to get a winner here. We got to see some results. And they didn't think it was justified to continue paying Masai the money that he was making. We'll see what happens. Masai Ujiri did say, I can guarantee you Toronto will win with or without me. He said that last year. So I think he knew this time was coming. Us as fans, we knew it was coming. Just didn't think it was going to happen now. But we will see if this ends up being a giant mistake or a good decision that helps catapult the Raptors into the next era of their franchise, which is hopefully a successful one. But nonetheless, thank you, Masai, for everything you did for this franchise. He'll always be a legend in my books. Help win a championship. That is the ultimate goal in this game. Might even be the only championship of my lifetime when I look back at it. So for that, Masai, he got the job done, and he will be remembered forever with this franchise. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you like the decision? Do you dislike the decision? Sound off down below. That's it for me. It's Luke signing off. Thanks for watching. I will catch you all again in the next one.